Hello amazing people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel and I'm going to be breaking down all the photos from my last photo shoot. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down below. It was super chaotic, super fun, super artsy. So if you want to see all the behind the scenes, then definitely go watch that. But if you're more interested in the technical side and want to know about settings I used, editing decisions, how I found the locations, model posing, all of that stuff, then this is the video for you. Oh, I love this photo so much. This is like my baby because this was the first one of the batch. Usually in a photo shoot like this, that's really creative, I don't usually start with the very first picture of like the beginning of the shoot and then work my way back. I usually go through and find one photo that really inspires me. I get really excited about editing. I'll do that one first and that kind of sets the mood for the rest of the photo shoot. But in this case, the first one was actually the one that inspired me the most. So I went ahead and picked it. I really envisioned this hotel with this couch when I thought of this idea. The directional lighting coming down on her face wasn't there originally. I did a lot of research and looked up a lot of photos from that time because I wanted it to be modern, but I also wanted it to reflect actual 1930s glam Hollywood photo shoots and actresses. The thing that I noticed the most was there was a lot of contrast. So the lighting was really harsh. When I was going through and editing, I was like, you know what? I want to add a little bit more something. So I added that directional light. I darkened the picture around it, like so your eye automatically goes like, whew, right to her face. I kind of wanted my model to have this I'm a star, I'm better than you kind of look to her. And that was kind of the direction I gave. When she was like, how do I do my face? I was like, just look at me like I'm a peasant. Perfect. I mean, even down to like how her shoulders kind of popped up. She's just like straight. It was just perfect. All of the outfits we did thrift. I think this one's from Carm. I also have a video of that. I will link down below too if you want to go see the thrifting process because it was hilarious. I think I might just swallow the bug. The stair ones were they were hard for a couple of reasons. There were a lot of things around, like there was a TV and a lot of like modern stuff that kind of ruined the vibe. Not all of the angles looked good with the lighting. There was just a lot going on behind her that I didn't want to have to Photoshop out. But all in all, this is gorgeous. There's a lot of contrast. There's a lot going on. As difficult as it was to get all these lines to behave, lines are always beautiful. The railing very much gave me a vibe of like she's going to the red carpet. She's walking down the staircase. Everyone's looking at her. Princess Diaries moment. And she asked me, how do you want me to look? And I said, look at me like you're better than me. I didn't do a whole lot of crazy editing on this one. I liked it kind of how it was, so I didn't change too much on it. This one, I almost didn't put this photo in. Editing it was a struggle. I think I edited it a couple different times, a couple different ways. I'm a perfectionist. It just takes a long time for me to edit something. It's a problem. I love this photo. It's very different. I wasn't completely sure on how to do it, how to place her with the chandelier. I don't know if I would do it this way again, if I could do it again, but this isn't the kind of abstract shot I usually take. It's not completely my style. So this was very just like, we're just gonna try it out. And I'm happy with the way it turned out. I love these photos. I edited these warmer. Every photo was a little different. I just tried different things. I really liked these photos. I thought they were really fun. Love the railing in the background. I love the glossiness of it. Emily has the most gorgeous eyes. I wanted this one to be more soft. I softened this one up around her. That felt very vintage to me. These are another ones that I almost didn't put in because they weren't like bam compared to some of the other photos. I mean, you just can't go wrong with good window lighting. And back to, I wanted a lot of contrast in my photos. These were very completely black to light. And I love the way that it's on her face and the way that it's highlighting her lips and even her hand in the background is just perfect. I love it. I might have slightly angled it differently. It's always hard when someone's like kind of cranking their neck. I don't think any photo is ever perfect. I do really like this one. I love her facial expression. Okay, now we're outside. This spot was not in the books. We were walking to our next location and we came out the hotel and there this was. There's this little patch of really intense light. And again, that scares me. Direct lighting scares me. I don't photograph it very often, so I wasn't even sure where to start or what to do with my settings. I mean, if we want contrast, this is the way to go. We put her in the wedding dress, which is so gorgeous. This was so fun to shoot because it was so different, but it made her very angelic. It framed her. This is the location where we did have a creepy man stop and take pictures of us from around the corner. And I know like we're in public, we're also taking photos and whatever, but he was being really weird about it. He was like creeping around the corner. Even when we looked at him and were noticeably getting uncomfortable, he didn't stop. I was 2 seconds away from saying something, but then he left. That has never happened to me before in a photo shoot. And that was our first like what's happening moment. There were a lot of those in this photo shoot, but we didn't let that stop us. There's a lot of like rules in photography. I went to like community college. It's hard because you have a lot of teachers telling you different things. Well, you never do this in a photo and this isn't no kind of photo. You kind of come out going like, okay, there are rules in photography and there aren't. any rules in photography. There are preferences in photography. You can do whatever you want. Having some parts of this photo that are completely blown out, there's no texture and it's completely white, I really love. I think the focus is still on the model. Your eye does travel. You look at the male thing, and then you look at the window, and you look at the little sun flare, and then you look at the model, and you're like, angel. I love these ones. I showed this to a friend, and she said it looked like a doll, and I didn't know if that was a good thing or not. I took it as a compliment. Gosh, just look at her eyes. The light is catching in her eyes. I love this photo. And the texture on the dress. Going into the shoot, I knew that the two things I really wanted to focus on were contrast and texture. The wedding dress with the lace is so gorgeous. So this has all the elements I wanted. I love this one. This dress was so beautiful. It had a train. She has the gloves on too. I did it more of like a warm, softer look. Something that I did do in this photo shoot with a couple of photos that I really liked is I made where the dresses at the bottom very kind of blurry. Took away the definition because I thought it was so pretty, soft and kind of like airy. It made it. Also, in a lot of the photos back then, there was like a vignette of blur. So kind of having it blurry kind of on the outer edges to me made it feel more vintage. So I didn't do that in all the photos, but in a lot of these photos where the dress is like really flared out, I really liked making the dress more blurry because it just, oh my gosh. I think these two are probably my favorite from the whole bunch. This was another direct lighting situation that was really scary. Also, this was right after we set off an alarm on accident. I was like, go stand in there. That looks so cool. But I guess they didn't want people going in there, so they set up an alarm. But how was I supposed to know? Anyway, that was terrifying. And the way that her eye is just like barely peeking out. It's just so interesting. It's so detailed, the brick in the back and then the lace on the dress. I think this one is probably my favorite of the whole bunch. Even the way like her sleeve is sitting. In situations like this, I just expose for the model's eyes and face. Now these bridge ones, again, these were all kind of just stops along the way. I really wanted to get to the train tracks. All of these bridge ones were so pretty. It was hard because there were cars. So we were a little limited on like movement and how far I could get away from her. All of like the old buildings in the background. And she just did it effortlessly. This one was so fun to edit. The movement, listen, if you want to make a photo more interesting, add movement. It's a game changer. It makes it bigger, it makes it more interesting, it makes you feel more alive. It's the way that the dress laid, because it's kind of an interesting shape. The light was not like that at all before editing. I think I did a couple different things with this photo when I was editing it. When I kind of got done, I was like, I feel like it's missing something. I could go a step farther in some way. So then I started playing with vignetting and darkening some parts, or maybe like I would darken this side of it, but leave this side brighter. And then I kind of played around with this. The more I did it, the more I was like, I love this. This is another one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. The movement, the dress, the background, the train. The train was so fun. Not sure if we were supposed to be there. It was also a little sketchy. This was a little harder because by the time we got to the train, it was getting darker. I love the broken glass. It feels very like a murder mystery story. It's almost dark and suspicious. This is probably my third favorite. It would be the first one, but I don't like the lighting as much as some of the other ones. But as far as the location, I love it. We were a little bit rushed once we got to this point. At least I felt rushed because I knew the light was leaving. So we didn't get to do as much as I would have liked. I do love this pose. I think I would have maybe tried to do different ones, maybe had a turn and lean. We could have done a lot more. All in all, I love the framing, the stairs leading up. I love the glass that's broken on the ground, on the window. I think it's so interesting. I feel like this is very vintage. A lot of the inspiration photos I had of this time, they were posing like this. I added some of that directional lighting. Now this is when I had to turn my flash on. Kind of gave a vintage like paparazzi feel. I mean, it completely changed the vibe of the photos, but I like it. I think it's interesting. I think it's different. And with the flash, of course, you can see a lot more details. I love these gloves. This is very giving like murder mystery on a train. She's about to be like talked to by the detective, and her eyes are so gorgeous. Her hand placement is gorgeous. She looks effortless. I like the 1915 in the background. I love the texture of the train. I'm not used to shooting at night where I have to use my flash like this, so that was another thing that I had to kind of figure out. More like simple. There's not as much going on in the background, but I kind of love it. I absolutely love doing this photo shoot. If you do want to see all the chaos and the photo shoot in real time, definitely go check out that video. If you would like more videos like this where I break down photos that I've taken, let me know. If there's certain things that you want me to talk more about, if you're a photographer, if you're a model, if you're just here for the vibes and the matcha. So let me know if there are any photo shoot ideas that you would want to see. Eventually want to start doing movie themed photo shoots, a specific theme or a specific adaptation or recreation of something. If you have a favorite movie, definitely leave that down in the comments and let me know, because I want to make your dreams come true and my dreams come true. So There's a dog in my yard. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.